folks, and welcome back to another week of the Live Well. Now, hopefully, you can all hear me properly this week. Last week sounded shit outside. We had a bit of buffering issues, some technical things that I just don't understand. So I'm hoping that somebody who gave me some really good advice during the week's been able to fix part of that problem for us. Tonight on the show, I've got Brian Sanders from That's Fishing with me. We're going to talk about a bit of new boat technology in the way of, or marine technology, in the way of FLIR scopes, FLIR monoculars, whatever you want to call them, but FLIR technology. It's really cool stuff. We're going to talk, I've got some reports this week. The weather, we had a 3-day break in the weather all over the country. So we've got a little bit to talk about fishing wise. And look at this, I've even got me notes this week. I didn't have any last week and we just went for gold, but I've got notes. I also want to bring up a little bit about a bloke who lives in America at the moment, who's fishing the Bassmaster Elites, a young guy by the name of Carl Jochimson. And we're going to hopefully have a pretty good show. Now, hopefully somebody's going to tell me by now how it sounds. I can see that there's a few people watching us, and hopefully it's not as crap as it was last week. So, all good. Thanks very much, Wazza. Loud and clear. Thanks, Mitch. And it's good that that we can actually talk to you guys as you're watching the program too. So I like it being more interactive. I'd rather have a captive audience who can tell me when I'm being a dickhead. So thanks very much for tuning in and playing around with us. So as I mentioned before, I've got Brian Sanders on the show tonight. And Brian, you will have all known from a program called That's Fishing, which has been on Channel 31 for a lot of years now. They've now got some stuff on YouTube. You've also got a app on Channel 31. It's called the Channel 31 app, I guess. And Brian will hopefully be able to tell us all about that. Brian, welcome to the show, mate.
Where are you going, Paul?
I'm not too bad. Now,
Not bad.
tell us what's been happening with That's Fishing, or what's been happening with Brian Sanders.
Well, what's been happening with me is I actually sold up our house and we moved into a new house and we're still unpacking.
You're still unpacking.
So that's it. The boss is a little bit short-tempered at the moment. We're finding boxes of stuff that we didn't
know you had?
No.
How long have you been in that house for beforehand?
28 years.
28 years. I'll tell you what, I've gathered so much shit living in this house here only for 13 years. I can only imagine what 28 would be like. Now, I've got to ask.
Yes.
Hang on, let me put this camera on your head for 1 minute so everyone can see. Crack a smile for us, Brian, if you can.
No.
Show us.
Yeah.
Have you been knocking around the public bars and getting into a few swings, or what's going on there, mate?
My big brother's fault.
Oh, you got bashed by your big brother?
He did, yeah. And now what happened is we're driving home after a hard day's work. My brother said, "Would you like?"
Hang on. I'm going to stop you right there.
Hang on.
You said a hard day's work.
All
Brian,
right, I made an appearance.
20 kilos ago, I believe, a hard day's work. But...
Yes. All right, we made an appearance. We went and done some work. And he said, "Would you like a can on the way home?" And of course, my brother was driving. Naturally enough, he was drinking his orange juice, of course.
Was there a bit of brake pedal, accelerator pedal action happening?
No, he was driving along in his Land Cruiser Ute, mate. And as I took a crack on the can, he hit the pothole. I went smack and knocked me filling straight out.
So you haven't...
And my brother drove like this, wetting himself laughing. And the only answer I could give him was, "I'm going to tell Mum on you."
So you haven't even got like a pub brawl story you can
no,
tell
I
about
can't.
yourself.
No,
It's just
no. It's seriously.
I didn't see the pothole and I smacked myself in the mouth.
And my wife has really got the shits on with me, mate. I've got to get to the dentist. I have to fix my tooth.
My wife isn't allowed to watch this show because I know she would have a crack as well, because a few people I know had a bit of heart trouble lately. My ticker played up a little bit. And my doctor said, "You need to come back and see me after about 2 or 3 months." I don't pay that much attention. And that was about 4 months ago, I think. And
4?
I must go back. If you're watching, Dr. Hassan, I'll come and see you soon.
He's lying.
My wife's going to push me there, so it's going to happen. But it's amazing how when our wives are watching, they can nag us when we don't know actually what's really happening.
It's in their DNA.
DNA.
Yeah, it is.
I'd hate to look at a woman's DNA. I think it'd have me. But I'm sorry, ladies, if
No,
you're watching.
no offence, ladies.
No offence.
No,
I don't think I'd understand it.
No, because they got us dusted right up.
Let me tell you about women, though, lately in fishing. There's a couple of girls lately who have been doing a great job of promoting our sport. You've got your more well-known ones from Canada and America and so forth. Like, if anyone wants to Google Brooke Thomas, she's a great
really doing
fisherman and and a bow fisher as well.
Yep.
But locally, we've got a couple of good girls coming through the ranks that are doing a great job. And I'll mention a local one. She probably won't know I'm ever going to mention this, but Jenna Hardy's doing a great job. So
Okay.
I think she's Victorian too, actually. And there's a couple of girls up north in Queensland who are promoting the scene. Some of them are fishing a lot of tournaments. It's great to see some women coming through and fishing, actually. So us blokes have been hogging it the whole time. And let's face it, we're all as ugly as sin. I didn't even have a shave tonight, folks. I'm looking a bit woolly for winter.
Yeah.
So we don't want to look at us all the time. There's much better things to look at, and the ladies are generally doing that. But it's great to see them on the same stage as the blokes doing the same sort of work as us. I'll give them a pat on the back there.
Absolutely.
But anyway, what do I say? I'd hate to look at a woman's DNA. There's no way I'd understand it. I can't understand what they're saying half the time anyway. So.
Well, we all know that's our boss, so we just got to
That's
go with what we're told.
So tonight we're going to talk about FLIR safety devices.
Yep.
Do you know what a FLIR safety device is?
Up until I reckon 5 minutes ago, not really.
Well, I managed to get one. Now, for all those, this isn't a catch the comment thing.
Yeah, I only knew a little bit. I knew a little bit about it from the boat show when I was working at the boat show, and I saw some of this stuff actually getting shown at the boat show.
Well, this is the thing.
And I sort of looked at it and went, oh, yeah.
For many, many years, FLIR technology, for those that don't know, is a thermal technology. It's a thermal vision technology. So you can see a heat signature in pure darkness or even during full daylight.
Yep.
And it's something normally that's been used by military and police.
Yeah.
So your police helicopter flying around in the sky has got a FLIR camera. You can track heat sensors on the ground and find crooks. The military use them in scopes and that sort of thing. Now, and also, recent years, it was introduced into your big ships, then into big super yachts, then into trailer boats. And now, for people who aren't even in a trailer boat, we have this neat little package. To give you, I'm just going to change camera angles there for a sec so I can give you an idea of the size perspective of this little unit.
Show me.
This thing is only that big. So it's a tiny little thing. So if you're land-based, if you're in a tinny, if you're whatever, you can have this thing on you. And what this does is it takes a heat signature from, let's say you fall in the water.
Yep.
The top half of your body is hot.
So it's going
to stand out. The bottom part's in the water. So it's going to stand out. So if you lose your mate overboard, and it does happen, I've done it. I borrowed it. Andrew Smith, if you're watching, you'll be able to testify. I went head first when I was pulling an anchor up one day and a bit of chop hit the side of the boat. So if we had had this and it was dark, he would have been able to find me instantly. Now, I've got a little clip to show you. We'll talk our way through it as we go.
Yeah, this looks pretty good.
But I bought this one back at the Melbourne Boat Show. I ordered it. The guys from CH Smith done a great job of getting it in for us. I believe I got the first one that they got. Thanks very much, Andrew, for that. You've done a great job. They retail, and I'm going to take a guess here, at about $800. But when you look at your mate's safety and their life,
it's pretty cheap. It's
not bad, considering that the ones you put in those big super yachts, they're still in the tens of thousands of dollars. So this little thing here can do the same, obviously over a shorter range. You're not going to be able to see, 1.5 kilometres to 2 kilometres with this little thing.
So what distance are we looking at?
This is the FLIR Ocean Scout TK, has a range of about 100 yards. Okay, now if we all know, especially those in Melbourne of fish snapper season, you try and come out of somewhere like Paddo, the kayaks, the tinnies, everyone's got no lights on.
Yep.
Now with this, I can just look through the eyepiece and go, well, look out for old knackers there with no lights on. You can see them, and it's all about safety. So these things have come a very long way and done a lot of stuff in the marine safety area. So I'm just going to click on this little clip. This is the the Scout TK, as I've mentioned, and it's thermal vision. This is some of my dodgy ass camera work. So this is just to give you an idea of what the unit looks like. All the sides are rubber. So they take a bit of knocking around as well. We don't advise you play tennis with them, but they're pretty rugged little items. And look, the reason I had it in my hand before is so you can get a perspective of size. But these are the little FLIR units. This is the lens on the front. Now there's a really big, long technical word that explains that heat sensor inside there. I've got no idea what it's called, so I'm not going to even try and do it. That little knob there adjusts your focus. So even if you wear glasses, Brian, for example, you might be playing on. This is a picture of my dog. So last night I found my dog out in the backyard and I put this over. That's what the dog looks like, and you can see the footprints there, which is pretty cool. It's also got the ability to change palettes, so you can identify different parts of an image with different colour. Now, this is the part I really wanted people to see.
I like that.
The top left-hand side there is what you would normally see driving down that particular river. The one on the right is the FLIR vision. So you're looking through your scope, that's what you see. But most importantly, for those of us that do occasionally fall over the side, myself included, the vision on the bottom left is what you see with a torchlight. The one on the right is the man struggling to stay afloat. So it is that much better to see.
It's daylight and black and white.
That's right. And you can use this day or night too. So let's not forget that. So if you do go bushwalking and you lose your mate, you'll be able to find him through the scrub.
Does it still look the same?
Yeah.
In daylight?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you can change it. So you can change it so it's either, it can either be white hot. So the item you're looking at, the white part will be hot. The hot
so
part
it stands
will be
out
white.
like on the TV
Yeah,
shows.
and then you
the
can
cop
change it back to black hot. So then the black, and then you can have the one like I had with the picture of my dog.
That's spooky.
Yeah, Cam, I believe it is waterproof, mate. Yeah, I wouldn't try and tie a line to it and submerge it to try and catch an image underneath. But look, I've seen these things before, Cam, being used in boats in the rain and that sort of stuff. The Coast Guard use them, the military use them, the police use them, out in the rain all the time. So I won't say they're submergible waterproof. And they do come with a little strap out of the box so you can wrap it around your wrist. But something that size that can save your mate's life is pretty cool, I reckon. And on the top of it, you've got a couple of little slots. I'll just change that camera angle again for you. The most important part for me is that it's USB compatible. So
just plug her in?
I can plug that into my computer. Why do I want to plug it into my computer? First of all, that's how I charge the unit, through this little slot at the bottom. Second of all, there's a button in the middle here, which is a camera.
Of videos?
No, not off video. It's still camera. But if I find something I want to take a photo of, I can just go click, saves it to the device, download it to my computer. So it's pretty easy to navigate. It's like a couple of simple buttons on the top. Have a hold, mate. That's right. I know you want to touch my gear.
I've got to touch.
You've got to touch my gear.
It's not charged, so I can't break it.
So
Wow, it's not that heavy, actually.
No, they're pretty lightweight. Yeah. So considering that a couple of years ago, Ryan, for you to have that sort of technology with you,
forget it. Yeah,
you'd be looking in the thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
This thing here for under $1,000, it can sit in the glove box of your boat, or it can sit in your tackle box.
Yep.
And maybe you can save somebody's life.
That's incredible.
Feral cats, foxes, and Pat, I'm sorry, mate, we're not allowed to use this one for hunting. There are laws. You're not allowed to acquire a target, and if you've got a loaded gun, you can't even have one of these on you. Unfortunately,
I didn't know that.
The Game Management Authority's got rules and regulations on that, so you can use it as a safety device if your gun is unloaded, and if your ammunition is packed away, and if your gun is breached.
Well, hang on a minute.
And that's fair. So you can use it as a safety device to find your mate or to get back, but don't use them to find animals and shoot them. You will get fined and get in a lot of trouble. So bear that in mind. They're a great safety device. Use them as they're designed, and they'll be great. So that is FLIR.
That's pretty cool.
And it's not a cash for comment thing, guys. Anything I review on this show, I've either bought or somebody's given me.
Yep.
Now, if someone's going to give me something to review, I don't care who it is. It's going to be, it's good or it's crap. If you send me something that's crap, expect a bad review. If you send something that's good, expect me to say it's good. The battery life on this, Daz, you're going to test me here, I think is about 18 hours. But I reckon that would be from continuous use. And not many of us would use something like that continuously. So, and the benefit is because it does come and charge from a USB port. If it's in the car, you can just whack it. How many cars have got USBs now? So it's pretty good. Dean, old Rigmaster Dean.
I was just reading that. I had to put my glasses on the right. G'day, Dean. Hope you're watching, mate. Yeah, and I love the shirt.
I've got a thing for you, Brian. I reckon your shirt looks shit. I reckon you look gay as a church picnic.
Oh, do
And I can't stand those tournament shirts.
Oh, I only got two made.
I'm glad.
Yeah, glad. Eric swiped one. And Dean, I like it, Dean. So, yeah.
Dean does make a great product.
He
Great
does.
Dean from Rigmaster made those shirts. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we've spoken to Brian quickly about the stuff he's done with That's Fishing. So, we did try it last week and it failed dismally, but we're going to give it a crack now and put a bit of footage on. This is some,
Uh-oh.
I'm going to call this golden oldies or some classic
What
stuff.
have you dug up?
I found, believe it or not, Dale McClellan,
No way.
Andrew Smith,
Andy.
you, Eric, the whole team, salmon fishing, and a bit of snapper fishing.
Where were
so
we? Oh,
I think
I haven't
that was,
seen this. I don't know what's
I think
coming.
that was Blair Gowrie. So, folks,
Ah,
have a
those
quick
were
look at
those
this footage, and I hope
memory.
it works because it didn't last week. Here you go.
Oh, look at that. What have you got on?
Oh, it's a good salmon, isn't it?
Whoa.
We've just missed the school. They've left us, so we just went for a quick sound, and Dale's found them as we saw, and I just cast this little semi-hard back up current and drifted it back down into the school, and yeah, you can see what happened.
Whoa.
That's going to be about 3 kilo, that one.
Gotta be decent.
Might need a net for that.
Hopefully we can get him up. And
Now that's a nice fish. And into the bag.
That's a beautiful.
That is a beautiful salmon.
Now that's a nice one, mate.
it is. I'll just thumb grip on him here, and hopefully we can get him out without these hooks tangling up too bad.
What do you reckon that's why he's in it?
Oh, be nearly 2 kilos, I reckon.
Oh, we got water on the lid.
All good. Sorry about that.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
he's a nice solid little fish.
Alright, here we go.
There we go.
Oh,
Yep, Eric's in.
Not bad size. She's taking that little grub waggle tail right down. Let it go. Thank you.
Nice little one.
Yeah. Frisky.
All right, boys.
Yeah, pop me in the tank.
Come on, Dale. You've dropped
Where's
2.
he gonna go?
Yeah,
What's happening?
I lost a hook.
You lost the hook.
Did a hook.
Eric, did you catch something?
No. No, it's just
We'll see if we can get it back.
son of a motherless goat. What happened there?
No, how many's this one, mate?
It's,
What about the 5th one?
yeah, it's 4th or 5th on single bit of squid. See, so you don't need to catch many squid.
Oh, he's jumping all over the joint. Whoops, sorry.
Still beauty.
Geez, they're engulfing.
Oh, he fell off.
Is he in, Eric?
Let us stand on it.
Easy. It's spent. Hang on.
Put your rod flat, rod net flat, Ryan.
Yeah. Oh, no. Got it! Got it! Whoa!
Oh my God! Oh, Jesus!
What's going on?
Man,
Now,
That's what it's
he's
all
a
about.
legend.
That's what we're here for, guys. Oh man, what a beautiful fish. Got a little bit of weight to it, guys. But by the weight of it, it's got to go close to 10. If it's not 10, it's got to be bigger.
Well, guys, we're back. We've cleaned up, tied the boat down, and we're just about to head off down to Mornington for the official weigh-in. Well, it's actually been weighed, but we go to the presentation and we'll find out what goes from there. Because I've never done it, we don't know what's going on. But we'll know, we'll tell you when we get there. So from now, we'll see you at Mornington, back after the break.
Well, that was Brian.
Where'd
And
you
the lad.
drag that up from,
Now-
you mongrel?
I did do a little bit of homework I actually tried to find out if you had a blooper roll going, but I couldn't find one.
Well, we did have a couple, but I don't know what we've done with
Hey, whoever's ringing me, can you stop it? I can't really answer the
Answer
phone,
phone.
so
It's
cut it
pizza
out.
delivery, they can't find the address.
Bet you it's bloody John Maslin. I can see he's there watching it. He's probably just sending me text just to stir me up. So yeah, I found that in the archives,
Oh,
mate. I went through
jeez.
and I found a bit of stuff.
Yeah,
So-
that's 6 years ago.
It was a while ago. Now, how long's that fishing been going for?
Well, it's actually, I think it's about 7 or 8 years now, actually, overall. Yeah, I'll actually have to go back and look. One of the many boxes
Yeah.
has got all our stuff still sitting and wrapped up, so we'll better dig
Now,
that out.
I'm going to let you have a plug here.
Oh.
Old mate of ours, Jason Kennedy.
Oh, JK, yep.
He's now looking after what sort of restaurant is it? A Thai restaurant?
It's Lil's Kitchen in
Lil's
Pakenham.
Kitchen in Pakenham. They're doing,
Yes.
what are they doing there? They're doing a snapper night.
Yes, they are.
Now, at this snapper night, I believe you're going to have yourself,
Yes, I am.
Charlie Micallef,
Absolutely.
Matt the Genie Sini.
I can't wait to catch up with him. He's a great.
You've got
bloke.
Jason Kennedy himself. He's going to be talking.
He'll out-talk all of us.
And that's something you're going to have to put up with, folks. Jason is going to talk. He's very good at talking. He will just keep talking.
And he will.
And who else is going to be there? There's another one, Mickey Delmarco.
Oh,
Did I
yeah,
say
from
him?
Ozfish TV.
So there's going to be a great team of people, folks. Do yourselves a favour. Get over to Lil's Kitchen.
Yes, in
And
Pakenham.
get on the Facebook page there. There's an ad for it where you can give Jace a ring and book in. It's about $20 a ticket, but it'll be a good snapper night.
It
So
will.
Brian will be there with the team.
Yeah, me and my wife went there the other night, and JK looked after us, and he gave us a couple of drinks, and JK had a couple of drinks with us,
Cool.
and
Now,
went on to a couple more drinks.
Enough of your crap.
Oh, right.
Let me get my bit of paper out. We have got some reports this week, folks. It's we had a bit of a cut in the weather, and because we're going to not just Melbourne now, we're going to talk.
Australia.
We're going to start in Sydney here.
Oh,
Hensy Lou took himself a couple of mulloway out of the Sydney Harbour the other night. Matty
size?
Reid. Anyone that knows Matthew Reid, he's a charter operator up in Sydney. He's an awesome guy, an awesome guide, awesome charter operator. Get out with him if you get up there. He's something's gone all pause on us.
oh no! What's going on?
Let's just
Oh, there we
change
go.
that back. No, we're still frozen.
Oh,
Let's just change cameras for a second and see what happens there. Are you there, Brian?
I think I am.
Oh,
Yep,
gotcha.
Yep, there I am. Yep.
Oof.
All good.
Are you still with us, everyone?
Hope so.
Good, good. Let me just go back to this camera. I'm going to talk to you about these reports. So, yeah, if you get a chance, get up there and have a fish with Matthew Reid. He's been banging the kings just outside of the heads, mostly on jigs and sometimes on live baits, but mainly on the jigs. Now, there was a bloke in a kayak who was banging kings all the way up the river. I don't know if you know much about Sydney, folks. Hawkesbury River. We're going frozen on that one now too. We're back to Brian.
Oh, see?
I'm going to get up and go for a walk around the room for a second while I do this.
All right.
So I can have
Yeah.
a play with some stuff.
Oh, okay. Keep talking.
Now, the guys in the kayaks up there have actually found themselves a couple of kings right up the Hawkesbury. Now, that's something that's pretty unusual for this time of the year because you've got a heap of fresh water flowing through, and you don't normally get kings at that time of the year there.
Okay. Now,
But-
are there any size to them? That's a
No, look, they're still rats. They are winter kings. They're not the big ones.
so little ones. Yep.
Yeah. So they're still just the little rats, but they are about. Now from Sydney, we're going to go across to Perth. Now, old mate who runs Jazz Charters there's been going out on the snapper and really cleaning up. They've been using some. Oh, look at that! It's back working again.
Yay.
They've been using soft plastics, metal jigs, and all sorts of stuff, and they've been banging them. So if you're ever over in Perth, actually, the boys from Jazz Charters are pretty good.
Are they?
They are not too bad. You've got
All
a
right.
mate over there too, haven't you?
No, I didn't have a mate over there, but my brother's done a few jobs over there, and I believe we're going over there to do another job, so we might jump on the charter while we're
There's
over
a
there.
go.
Yep.
Now, anyone who, well, actually, I've got to mention too, there's a group of blokes in WA, the Squid guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to remember the Squid Wranglers. They're a good group of blokes. They've been banging a squid over there. Now, they're a big fan of the Rui jigs, the Evergreen jigs, the Dave Austin Eggy Head jigs, Breeden jigs, the Gangcraft jigs, and just about every other jig that they make on the market they get over there. They're right into it. I noticed Anthony Forbes Pryor picked up a couple on one of our Ujars the other day. It's been pretty good on the squid. Now, Bruce Badley. Do you know Bruce? Bruce
I've
looks
heard that
after a
name.
shop called Ray and Ann's in South Australia. I'd love to give you a South Australian report. But Bruce was up in Cairns with the guys from Nomad, and Bruce has caught a heap of red bass, GTs, other trevally, a few sharks, some Spanish mackerel. The list goes on. If you want to know a little bit about Nomad Charters, either get on their Facebook page or hook up with Bruce from Ray and Ann's. Go to his Facebook page, Ray and Ann's Fish and Tackle, and he'll be able to tell you all about his trip. Now, another mate who has caught up with us a little while, and I did see his name up there a moment ago. He goes by the name on Facebook of Mods AW. Thanks for joining us, mate. He and his mates just fished at Bem River. Now, this time of year, we know Gippsland can go off its collective head. Well, these blokes picked up a few good fish, actually. These aren't just your average size little 20 centimetre bream. They got some really nice fish. I'm not going to go into what lures they used because old mate's running a vlog, like a video blog.
Oh, okay.
So I reckon what you should do is look up Mods AW and have a look at his page. You'll have his links to his vlogs, and he'll be able to tell you exactly what lures he was using. He'll be able to tell you exactly where they were fishing and how much of a good trip they've had there too. While we're talking about Victoria, Big Bad Shrek. Do you know Shrek? Chris Shreky Rolston. And big shout out to the Monster Fish boys. I know you watched last week, so thanks very much for tagging along. Excuse me. Him and his mates fished a jetty. I'm not going to go into which jetty it was because there'll be 500 million people there on the peninsula during the week. And they had a 4-way bag out on squid.
No way.
Off the jetty. So this time of the year, it's pretty tidy to get into the jetties because those squid are starting to go off their heads at this time of the year. Big Mick from Hooked on Bait and Tackle.
Big Mick, yeah. G'day, mate, if you're watching.
Now, I've heard over there that St Leonard's is going off its head as well for whiting. Not going off its head, but if you want to catch whiting in Port Phillip Bay at the moment, that's where you want to be.
That's where, yep.
Now, Steve Moore from the Warrnambool Holiday Park.
Oh, yes.
He put up a Facebook report the other day, and I'm going to read this one because he goes into a bit of detail. He had some punters there that were sanding up a few fishing close from Port Fairy. They got nothing out wide. On the first day, they saw one. Second day, they saw one fish and landed. What did he say? Saw one fish and landed two, or two lost at the boat. Okay, they caught one, lost two at the boat. Got it. After they downsized lures, they bagged out on schoolfish, 10 to 15 kilos at the 50 to 55 metre line, and the fish went off the bite after 10. So get out there early, folks. You don't want to be sitting out there at lunchtime trying to catch those same fish.
Up with him end of September, I believe.
Yeah, right.
I think. Yeah.
Top Lake. If you're ever down in Warrnambool, that's the place you want to stay. Warrnambool Holiday Park. Catch up with Steve. He's a top bloke, and it's a great place to stay. Now, old mate Kelly Hooch Hunt. Kelly managed to get out at the trout opening. Now, that in Tassie, they have a trout opening and closing times at different times of the year to us in Victoria and New South Wales. Okay. So their trout season opened last week. He managed to get out with the kids with the billy lids, and they picked up a nice brown, I saw. So good to see him out and about with the kids. And I'm not even going to go into names here. If you want to catch a big cod at the moment, Copton Dam is going off its nuts. Every week, no matter what week it is, I get onto Facebook, someone's got a metre cod, and you can guarantee you look underneath, it says Copton Dam. Copton Dam is going crazy. But if you go up there, don't expect to catch 10 metre long fish. You're going to do a million casts and maybe get that one fish of a lifetime. But I tell you what, if you want to catch a big cod at the moment, that's where you want to be. Now, we're running out of time, so I'm going to quickly go into a few other things. Bassmaster Elites. Anyone here watch the Bassmaster Elites? We do have a young bloke from Australia by the name of Carl Jochimson. Now, he spent the last 5 or 6 years over there slogging his guts out to get to a position that there's people in America, Brian, who spend their life trying to get onto the elites.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other week, weren't we?
Carl left Australia having never, ever seen...
Not a cent to his name. And
that's it. Sold up everything he had. Hadn't even seen a largemouth bass. Turns out in America, 5 years later, he's fishing at the highest possible level you can. Big pat on the back to him. The reason I bring this up is this week they've got the Potomac River event. So if you want to follow what's happening there, go across to Bassmaster, www.bassmaster.com. not an AU because it's an American thing. They have a thing called Bass Track, which you'll be able to follow Carl around and find out where he's fishing and how many fish he's caught, where he's caught them, how heavy they are, how many he's got in his live well, how many he's released, and all that sort of stuff. And then you'll be able to tune in and watch their live stream of the weigh-in. So Carl really appreciates the support that everyone from here gives him. So if you get a chance, folks, over the weekend, while
Jump
that's
on
on,
and watch it.
not just watch it, just jump on there and just give him a shout out. They've got a little comments part on the bottom of their Facebook page. Just give him a pat on the back and a big cheer. I know.
Go Aussie.
That's
oi,
it.
Oi, oi.
The Aussies want the support when they're over there. They've got a whole country supporting them over there. You know, that's their homeland. Let's give our guys a bit of a hand too when they're over there having a fish. There is something else I wanted to bring up too. God, I'm running out of time, folks. I don't want to drag on too much. There's a fella who is from Victoria who calls himself the Guru. His name's Glenn Cooper. Now, I don't normally do this sort of stuff. But let me give you this because I want to look down the camera and tell you this. This bloke from Melbourne, let me start by saying, sorry, there's tackle store owners, there's celebrities, there's all sorts of people out there that apply for grants every year and get thousands of dollars, well, not thousands, but they get paid a sum of money to run a clinic for kids. And they do a couple of hundred kids, and it's awesome stuff. There's a bloke called Glenn Cooper. Glenn has been doing this for the last few years off a pension, off a disability pension. This year he's done more than 1,500 kids, and we're only halfway through the year. If you've got any spare gear you don't want anymore, give Glenn a call or go to That's the Thing About Fishing's Facebook page. Glenn would appreciate it if you've got any gear lying around the shed or some stuff you're not using anymore. He would really appreciate that gear to be able to take the disabled kids, the disadvantaged kids. He's taken adult handicapped people. He's taken all sorts of mental health people out fishing. He would really appreciate having a helping hand with some gear if you can spare it. And my cameras are just switching themselves off again, back to there.
there.
I guess I'll have to fix that. So if you have got any gear laying around, please go to That's the Thing About Fishing.
Nope.
That's the Thing About
He's
Fishing.
going to play with the computer again.
On the Facebook page, and look for Glenn. So they do a really great job, and they don't get enough credit, and credit has to go
where it's
due, and he does a fantastic job. I'm sure actually he's got a bit of attention from some local councillors and a couple of state parliament members who are going to help him do some grant stuff to get some funding, which will be good for everyone involved. So I look forward to seeing what they're going to do well into the rest of the year. So, yeah, That's the Thing About Fishing, it's called, folks, and we're back on that camera. We're just about done, so we can just bullshit for a little while if you
Can
like. Yeah, now, you got a new boat?
I have. It's a North Bank 750 for everyone.
Can I show everyone your new boat?
You can definitely do that.
There it is there. Now, the guys from
Yes.
Formasign have just put a nice, tidy wrap on that thing for you.
Yes.
And what do you got in the back of it, mate?
We've got a couple of nice Mercuries on the back, Verados, 225s.
It looks pretty tidy. What is it, a North Bank?
A North Bank from South Australia. It's a HT for hard top.
Hard top. I'll tell you what, there's another bloke who I saw watching this a little while ago. He's probably hard at work now at the moment, though. Patrick Allaby. Pat Allaby.
Oh, Pat, yes.
He's
Good
a
bloke.
North Bank fan as well.
He is. I've got to take him out fishing as well.
Now, you've got a couple of new sponsors on the boat there for this season, have you?
Yes, we've got Melbourne Marine, the guys there. They're really jumped on board.
And they're in Hallam Road, Hallam.
Right opposite the train station.
That's right. Go and see young Jamie there. He'll help you out with fish and tackle and the marine stuff, marine electronics inside.
Yep, and they're a Mercury dealer, a Garmin dealer. They do all that kind of stuff there as well. So, yeah.
So that's your new boat.
It is, mate. What do you think?
I think it looks pretty awesome. Actually, what I'd like to do is take a grinder and just cut it along the gunnel and remove the whole top, whack a centre console in the middle, and we'd be cooking.
Oh, pretty hot. Yeah, no, we're looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll get it in the water very shortly, hopefully next week.
So if you see him floating about, give him a wave or throw a pilchard at him. He won't mind either way.
Either way, it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
No, really happy with it, and bit of luck. Yeah, the boys, we're looking forward to it. Do some tests, and I'll tell you what, a couple of the guys from Mercury have already put their names on the back of the seat who's going in first. Dave Mann and AB and...
AB, yeah.
Won't
We've got to
mention
thank
all
the
of them.
folks too from Mercury for
Yes.
giving us this gear here and for looking after us and supporting our show. Now, we're going to have to wrap it up, folks. We have gone over the half-hour mark. I know I said I'd make it half an hour, but I don't want to bore you with anything else tonight. Just remember, folks, to get on there if you can and support Carl Jacobson on bassmaster.com. Head over to That's the Thing About Fishing and give Glenn a pat in the back if you've got any lazy gear laying around. Give him a hand, and don't forget to download the Channel 31 app.
Yes.
And you can get Brian's show, That's Fishing, along with all the other Channel 31 shows.
All the fishing shows are on there at the moment.
On demand. Yep. So on your smart TVs, on your Apple devices, your Android. What are they? Android things. You can watch it wherever you like.
And apparently they've got it for the TVs too, for when you go on.
Yeah, for smart TVs.
Yeah.
Yep. So
which I don't have a smart TV.
Get over there and download that stuff. And
And
that's it from us tonight, mate.
Oh, beauty.
Brian, thanks for joining me, mate. And
Excellent,
thanks everybody
mate.
out there for joining us. We apparently worked a lot better than we did last week. There was less buffering because you're here. Bullshit. I think I've got the old brustly face, the old woolly syndrome, and it's filtered out all the problems. So we will be back here doing this next week, and I do have another guest, which I'll announce on Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So thanks very much, everyone, for joining us. We will see you next week.
Cheers.